Supreme Court wants to hear the Government of India on the Pegasus row on Tuesday. The top court asks PIL petitioners seeking court-monitored SIT probe into the alleged hacking and infiltration of phones of journalists, activists and others for snooping by the centre using anti-terrorism spyware Pegasus sold by Israel's NSO to serve copies on centre for Tuesday hearing. Now, this is a big development we are tracking at this point. The top court has made some important observations on the Pegasus row report, saying that if the reports are true, then these are very serious allegations. And now information coming in that the top court wants to hear the Government of India on the Pegasus row on Tuesday, and therefore the Supreme Court has asked PIL petitioners that are seeking court-monitored SIT probe to serve copies on centre for Tuesday hearing. Meenakshi Bhanja joining me with more inputs on this. Meenakshi, if you can put things in context for us, it was a day that the Supreme Court decided to take up the pleas asking for an independent probe into the Pegasus row reports. What are the observations made during the hearing so far, Meenakshi?
Well, that's right. A very crucial hearing happening in the Supreme Court, even as this particular row continues to dominate the present monsoon session of Parliament. We have seen a united opposition come together, and that is what pretty much played out in the Supreme Court as well. Top senior counsels from the likes of Mr. Kapil Sibal to Mr. Shyam Devan to Meenakshi Arora to Rakesh Dwivedi, all pressing for the Supreme Court to issue notice and reassure the people, because they said that this was a case of mass surveillance allegedly. But underlying theme throughout the hearing was how the Chief Justice of India wanted to understand from these counsels that if there was this apprehension of any illegitimate surveillance that was happening, all the petitioners are well-resourced people. How is it that they did not go ahead and file any criminal complaint or FIR or case into this whole purported row? To which there were several explanations that were given by senior eminent counsels like Mr. Shyam Devan, who went on to tell and inform the Supreme Court as to how two countries have already launched investigations, including Israel, which is purportedly investigating the NSO group itself. They also cited proceedings in a California court where certain pertinent averments with regards to this case have been already submitted. So the interesting aspect from the developments today has been as to how the Supreme Court has kept the matter pending with itself come Tuesday, where it is seeking a clarification or response from the Government of India, which is why the Supreme Court today has asked for all the petitioners to serve their respective copies to the government, because interestingly today from the government side, nobody was at hand to do the firefighting. Usually what we see is when there is a contentious high-stake matter in the Supreme Court, top law officers of the government make a representation already urging for the Supreme Court to not entertain these set of petitions. So that was missing. No top law officer was present because the matter technically has not been admitted by the Supreme Court. But now, come Tuesday, they will have to be at hand to explain the government situation to the Supreme Court, where somebody like Mr. Kapil Sibal has pressed before the Supreme Court to demand specific answers. One, whether this spyware was purchased by the government because it is only sold to governments. And secondly, what he wanted to understand from the Supreme Court and argued before the Supreme Court, whether in a yes or no format, was this spyware used for surveillance purpose on Indian citizens. So this row continues to dominate Parliament, but the interesting aspect here will be the responses the government gives to the Supreme Court, because that will be the formal articulated position legally that the government will be arguing before the top court.
Yes, the formal articulated position, the official position of Government of India is what the Supreme Court is seeking to hear, if I understood you correctly, Meenakshi. But I was going through your updates, and you also have flashed to us this information about how the court has said there are too many petitions and it has to see on which petitions it has to issue a formal notice. A quick word on that as well, please.
Yes, absolutely. You see, there were a batch of petitions, we know, 9 in total, and the leading petition was filed by Mr. M.L. Sharma, who was the first petitioner on this issue. In his petition, he has made the Prime Minister and the Home Minister, who are individuals, and that is what the Chief Justice of India has frowned upon, saying that he cannot go ahead and issue notices straight away in which individuals have been named. So, because there have been multiple petitions on the same issue that has been filed before the top court. The top court really wants to tread cautiously and take all its time to do the due diligence and see what petitions are technically admissible and what petitions are technically not admissible by the Supreme Court. So come Tuesday, after hearing the government's position on this issue, the Supreme Court will perhaps take a calibrated decision about which petitions to admit and which petitions not to admit.
Yes, but the big point that you're highlighting for us, Meenakshi, is that the centre had chosen not to have a representation in the form of a lawyer, but now the Government of India might be forced to do so. No notice issued, but Supreme Court wants to hear the Government of India's response on this, and the time set is until Tuesday. So we'll have to wait for that. Thanks for joining us, Meenakshi, with the important inputs on the hearing today.